Building a contract prompt library. Introduction. The agent who stopped rewriting the same thing every day. Meet Jason. Jason is a busy Arizona real estate agent. He works with buyers, sellers, investors, and first-time homebuyers. Every week, he finds himself answering many of the same questions. What does the inspection period mean? What happens next in escrow? Can you explain the title report? What disclosure should I review? Can you summarize this contract? At first, Jason used AI like many agents do. Each time he opened the program, he started from scratch. He typed a new prompt, then another, then another. Some worked well, some didn't. Every response required editing. Every prompt required rebuilding. One day, Jason realized something important. The questions were changing, the transactions were changing, but most of his instructions to AI were nearly identical. Instead of creating new prompts every day, he began saving his best prompts into categories: contract summaries, timeline creation, buyer communication, seller communication, disclosure reviews, negotiation preparation. Within a few weeks, he had built what became his personal prompt library. The result? His productivity increased dramatically. His AI responses became more consistent. Most importantly, he spent less time reinventing the wheel and more time serving clients. Welcome to one of the most practical tools in modern AI-assisted real estate practice, the Contract Prompt Library. What is a prompt library? A prompt library is a collection of pre-written, reusable prompts designed for common real estate tasks. Think of it as a digital toolbox. Instead of creating instructions from scratch every time you use AI, you simply select a proven prompt, insert transaction-specific information, and generate the response. Just as Arizona realtors use standardized forms rather than creating contracts from scratch, AI users benefit from standardized prompts that have already been tested and refined. A well-designed prompt library creates three major benefits: consistency, efficiency, risk reduction. When everyone in a brokerage uses similar prompts, responses become more predictable and easier to supervise. Why prompt libraries matter in real estate? Real estate transactions contain repeating patterns. The names change, the properties change, the purchase price changes. The process remains remarkably similar. Every transaction contains deadlines. Every transaction contains disclosures. Every transaction requires communication. Every transaction generates questions. Because these tasks repeat, they are perfect candidates for reusable prompts. Rather than spending 5 minutes creating instructions every time you need a contract summary, you can simply use a prompt that has already been proven effective. Contract summary prompts. One of the most commonly used categories in a prompt library is contract summaries. Agents frequently need to explain portions of contracts to clients in plain English. Example prompt. Act as an Arizona real estate transaction assistant. Summarize the major responsibilities of the buyer contained within the Arizona residential resale purchase contract. Explain the information in plain language suitable for a first-time homebuyer. Do not provide legal advice. Present the information in bullet point format. Notice that the prompt follows the 5-part prompt formula discussed in the previous section. The prompt is structured. The audience is identified. Limitations are included. The format is specified. This type of prompt can be used repeatedly throughout the year. Contingency analysis prompts. Contingencies are often misunderstood by buyers and sellers. A prompt library can help create consistent educational explanations. Example prompt. Act as an Arizona real estate educator. Explain common contract contingencies, including inspection, financing, appraisal, and title review contingencies. Use simple language appropriate for consumers. Do not provide legal advice. Present the information as a checklist. The goal is not to replace professional judgment. The goal is to organize information efficiently. Timeline generation prompts. Many agents spend hours creating transaction timelines. AI can assist with organizing events and responsibilities. Example prompt. Act as a transaction coordinator. Create a general Arizona residential transaction timeline from contract acceptance through close of escrow. Include major transaction milestones. Do not calculate actual contract deadlines. Present the information in chronological order. Notice the limitation. The AI is not calculating legal deadlines. It is simply organizing the process. That distinction is important. Disclosure review prompts. Arizona transactions involve numerous disclosures. Clients often become overwhelmed by the volume of information. Example prompt. Act as an Arizona transaction assistant. Create a summary checklist of common disclosure documents associated with a residential resale transaction. Do not determine legal compliance. Present the information in checklist format. The prompt helps organize information while ensuring the licensee remains responsible for reviewing compliance requirements. Title report summary prompts. Many buyers have never seen a preliminary title report before. The document can appear intimidating. A prompt library can help agents explain the process. Act as an Arizona real estate educator. Explain the purpose of a preliminary title report and identify common items buyers may encounter. Do not provide legal interpretations. Present the information in simple language. Again, the objective is education, not legal analysis. Buyer communication prompts. Communication represents one of the largest time-consuming activities in real estate. Prompt libraries can improve consistency and professionalism. Example prompt. Act as an Arizona real estate assistant. Draft a professional email to a first-time homebuyer explaining the next steps after contract acceptance. Use friendly language and provide a simple checklist of upcoming events. The result can serve as a starting point for the agent's review and customization. Seller communication prompts. Seller updates are another common use of AI. Example prompt. Act as a listing transaction coordinator. Draft a seller update regarding the inspection period. Explain the process in professional language and identify the possible outcomes of buyer inspection requests. Do not provide legal advice. By saving prompts like this, agents avoid recreating communications repeatedly. Negotiation preparation prompts AI can also assist with organizing negotiation strategies. Example prompt. Act as a transaction preparation assistant. Create a list of questions a seller should consider before responding to a buyer repair request. Do not recommend a specific negotiation position. Present the information as a discussion checklist. Notice the limitation. The AI is helping prepare for negotiation. It is not making the negotiation decision. That remains the responsibility of the client and the licensee. Brokerage-approved prompt systems. Imagine a brokerage with 300 agents. Every agent is using AI. Every agent is creating prompts differently. Some prompts are excellent. Some prompts are problematic. Some prompts accidentally request legal interpretations. Some prompts request unauthorized contract language. This inconsistency creates risk. Forward-thinking brokerages are beginning to develop brokerage-approved prompt libraries. These systems provide agents with pre-approved prompts that promote consistency, efficiency, and compliance. This approach aligns with Arizona's broker supervision requirements under AAC R4-28-103, which requires brokers to establish systems for oversight and supervision of licensee activities. Effective supervision becomes increasingly important as technology becomes more integrated into daily real estate practice. Record retention and AI usage. As AI becomes more integrated into transactions, another important question arises. Should AI-generated materials be retained? Arizona licensees should remember that transaction records remain subject to Arizona record retention requirements under ARS Section 32-2151.01. If AI-generated content becomes part of a transaction file, communication record, disclosure explanation, or client communication, brokers should establish policies addressing retention and documentation requirements. A good rule of thumb is simple. If the information becomes part of the transaction process, assume it may need to be retained and reviewed under brokerage policies. Technology may change. Documentation requirements remain. Creating your personal prompt library. The most successful AI users rarely start from scratch. Instead, they build a library over time. Every time a prompt produces a high-quality result, save it. Organize it by category. Refine it. Improve it. Test it again. Within a few months, you will have a customized library designed specifically for Arizona real estate transactions. Just like a contractor relies on a toolbox, a modern real estate professional can rely on a prompt library. The goal is not simply to work faster. The goal is to work smarter, more consistently, and with greater confidence. As AI continues to evolve, agents with organized prompt libraries will have a significant advantage because they will spend less time creating instructions and more time serving clients. And as always, remember the fundamental principle of this course. AI may assist the transaction. The licensee remains responsible for the transaction. Online discussion question 1. Why is a prompt library valuable for real estate professionals? Answer. A prompt library improves efficiency, consistency, and accuracy by allowing agents to reuse proven prompts rather than creating new instructions from scratch. Question 2. How can brokerages benefit from brokerage-approved prompt libraries? Answer. Brokerage-approved prompt libraries create consistency among agents, reduce risk, and support broker supervision requirements. Question 3. Why should agents save successful prompts? Answer. Saving successful prompts allows agents to build a reusable system that improves productivity and generates more consistent AI responses over time.